You have the power to decide if you'll settle for mediocrity or strive for something greater. I've observed firsthand how common middle-class habits trap people in the rat race, forcing them to cling to unfulfilling jobs just to maintain their lifestyle. Meanwhile, their true aspirations take a back seat. In this video, I'll discuss these habits and offer tips on breaking free from them. Number 1. Working for less money than you deserve. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. It's common practice for employers to pay their employees less than what they deserve, and they will pay their employees the least amount possible and just enough so they don't quit. How many people do you know whose employers haven't given them a raise at all, or if they have, it's something insulting like 3 or 4%? Which is less than the rate of inflation, so essentially, despite you having another year of experience, you're getting paid less than you did the year before, and then when you leave the organization, they try to hire someone else. They understand the need to raise the salary to attract other candidates for the job. Accepting this as the status quo is a common habit among the middle class because it provides comfort. You're aware that you receive a fixed amount on a specific day regardless, but sticking to this routine can trap you in a cycle. Exploring new job opportunities elsewhere might actually be the wisest choice, especially when aiming to break free from the rat race. Typically, pay increases range from 10 to 20% when transitioning between organizations, significantly higher than the mere 3 to 4% offered for staying put. If you're exerting considerable effort and feel undervalued, seeking better compensation is essential. It's perfectly acceptable to depart for a competitor, allowing you to expand your network and gain insights into other industries. Take the opportunity to explore what the market offers for your position and engage in discussions about compensation. While transitioning and beginning anew may seem daunting, if you're offered a 30% increase, which you can then invest to generate additional income, it could prove highly beneficial in the long run. Number 2, dependence on a single income stream. What we've grasped in recent years is the significant risk of depending solely on one income stream. The pandemic led to mass job losses, and we're witnessing a recurrence of layoffs. Relying on just one income source leaves individuals vulnerable to sudden financial upheaval. Depending solely on a single income source, typically a day job, is a common middle-class habit. Entrusting your entire financial well-being to your employer puts you at significant risk. To escape this precarious situation, it's crucial to diversify your income streams by seeking additional sources of earnings, such as getting a second job. Regardless of whether it involves babysitting, working as an Uber driver, launching an online business, or investing in alternative income-generating assets like the stock market or real estate, relying solely on your employer for financial stability is a risky path you should steer clear of. Start a second job and thank me later. Number 3, purchasing more that you can afford. When individuals land their first full-time job and receive a promotion or bonus, they often choose to upgrade 2 things. Firstly, their car. Even if they can't afford to buy a car outright, they may opt for lease payments, which are often structured to encourage purchasing a more expensive car than they can truly afford. However, this can be detrimental to wealth accumulation, as it prolongs the period of paying off the loan. Instead, it's advisable to either purchase a car outright if financially feasible, or ensure that car finance payments adhere to recommended guidelines. A general rule of thumb suggests allocating no more than 15% of annual income towards car expenses. For instance, with an annual income of $60,000, one should aim to spend no more than $9,000 per year on a car, covering payments, insurance, maintenance, and associated costs. The next aspect individuals tend to upgrade is their home. Banks often offer loans of 4 or 5 times one's salary to facilitate home purchases. Consequently, even with a slight increase in salary, individuals may find themselves able to afford a significantly larger home. However, it's crucial not to exceed one's housing budget. A general guideline advises against spending more than 28% of gross income on mortgage payments. To gain further insights into effective money management and allocation strategies, explore additional resources. Number 4, ignoring the need to save for retirement. Picture yourself strolling down the street and you accidentally drop $50 because your purse has a hole in it. Then, the same thing occurs the next day and the day after that. You wouldn't tolerate that happening repeatedly. You'd either repair your purse or purchase a new one. The same principle applies to investing. However, despite being aware that delaying investment means missing out on the opportunity for money to grow over time, many of us fail to take action. We often hesitate due to the lack of tools and resources that can guide us in making investment decisions tailored to our needs and circumstances. As Naval Ravikant states in his book, The Almanac, you're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom. The earlier you begin saving for retirement, the more advantageous it will be for you. Number 5. Overlooking the value of financial literacy. Having a strong grasp of finances greatly influences our lives, whether we acknowledge it or not. While we prioritize our mental and physical well-being, we often neglect our financial health. In reality, financial literacy plays a crucial role in our overall life satisfaction. It may seem acceptable to overlook investing in financial education during our early 20s when we're focused on experiencing life, dating, traveling, and indulging in luxuries. Since we typically have limited funds at this stage, the repercussions of our financial ignorance are somewhat contained. If we persist with this mindset into our 30s and 40s without expanding our understanding of financial literacy, reversing the effects becomes increasingly challenging. This deficiency will have long-lasting repercussions that extend into various aspects of our lives. There are fundamental concepts that you must grasp, such as comprehending tax regulations, identifying your income and expenditures, and maximizing the utility of your finances. These topics are typically not covered in school, so it falls upon us to educate ourselves about them. However, by neglecting to do so and showing a lack of interest in learning, you will remain in a cycle where you continually work for money. Number 6. Spending versus generating money flows into and out of your life, similar to a relationship focused on income and expenses. Another perspective is to view it through the lens of spending versus generating. You earn money by creating value. Typically, you have produced some sort of value, and for the majority of us, this value will come in the form of a job. Conversely, it diminishes when you spend on various items like household goods, vehicles, or subscriptions. The financial status of a person can be evaluated by analyzing their balance between spending and earning, and for many individuals, this equation leans towards a negative outcome. Indeed, the typical American carries a debt load of $96,000, while the average personal debt in the UK surpasses $33,000. This signifies that money is flowing out faster than it's coming in. You should acknowledge how this affects your financial situation and aim to diminish the consumption aspect while maximizing the allocation of funds into sources that generate income for you. Number 7. Adopting the same behaviors as everyone else. In modern society, there's huge pressure to spend money, regardless of income level, in order to conform. Even those earning six figures often live paycheck to paycheck as they feel compelled to spend extravagantly to maintain an appearance of wealth and impress others with their affluence. If you're purchasing clothes and bags because they genuinely bring you joy and happiness, then that's perfectly fine. I believe in investing in things that make you happy and add value to your life. However, if you're spending money on these items solely to keep up with others or to showcase them on social media rather than for your own satisfaction and joy, then it becomes a different matter altogether. This tendency perpetuates a cycle within the middle class that seems never-ending. In our society, status often takes precedence, but it's crucial to reflect on why you're earning money and putting in effort. What are your goals, and what kind of life do you envision for yourself? Whether it's traveling in business class or escaping the confines of a traditional job, clarifying your aspirations is necessary. As long as your actions align with your personal values and are not influenced by others, you can break free from the cycle of the rat race. The rat race isn't just about holding down a 9-to-5 job, it's about constantly chasing after the next thing, whether it's a paycheck or material possessions. In doing so, your broader life goals and ambitions often take a back seat. To sustain this journey, I hope this video has prompted you to consider certain habits worth avoiding. Implementing these 7 strategies, often overlooked in traditional education, can free us from being enslaved by money and living lives we despise rather than dream of. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.